Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Monday, the 1st of May 2023. In today's Millwall news, we're going to start off with this. What does this mean for Millwall? I don't know. Probably not much, but this is the game in hand that Blackburn Rovers had. They were losing until right at the end when they got the draw. 1-1 draw. So what that does is that this is what the table looks like. Going in, there is one more game to play. Sheffield United versus Huddersfield. That's a relegation game. It's nothing to do with us. But in terms of Millwall's situation, this is what the table stands going into the last day match versus Blackburn Rovers on Monday the 8th at 3 p.m. kickoff. So it's still in our hands. It's still win and we're in. But what it means now, because Blackburn Rovers got that point, if they win against us, they get more points than us. They will go above us. It would have been nice if they would have lost. I think, or maybe because now they have to win against us, so they're going to have to come at us. So maybe we can get them on the counter. Our problem has been breaking teams down when they're defending backs to the wall, aka against Huddersfield. That was very evident that we struggled in that game, and many others as well at home. So maybe this is a good thing that they need to win the game so that they can come out. If they could have got away with a draw, probably not the best of situations. So yeah, they got 1 point, so they could have been on 68, and they're on 66. They've got a -3 goal difference though. But if they beat us in the next game, they go on 69, and then they have to look to the other games. Obviously, they're not going to go above Coventry because they got a 4 goal difference. So they're going to have to look at the Sunderland game and the West Brom game. And if we draw against Blackburn, we're going to have to look at those games as well. But if we win, we're in. That's all we need to know. If we win and we're in. If we draw, we need to look at the other games, and we need both of those to go. We need both Sunderland and West Brom to fail to win, or Coventry to lose heavily. Because obviously, if we draw, our goal difference will remain the same at 8. So Coventry would need to lose by a 5-goal margin, and us to draw, go above them, if one of the other results doesn't go our way. So, now you think, well, how likely is that to happen? Coventry losing by 5 goals? Well, they're up against a team that is sitting in 4th who have scored 83 goals, and they are playing them away. So it's a possibility. So these are the last games of the Championship regular season. Obviously, the game in hand there on Thursday, the 4th of May, Huddersfield Town versus Sheffield United. But in terms of our situation, we have, so there's 2 playoff places up for grabs, and there's 5 teams, realistically 4, but technically 5 teams vying for those 2 places. We are in the driving seat, as said. We win it, we're in it. That's it. The other games involve Middlesbrough versus Coventry. Middlesbrough, they played today. They played against Rotherham. They got a player sent off. So, are they going to go all guns blazing against Coventry City? Are they going to be resting some players? I'm sure. I don't know if this guy who got sent off today is going to be missing some of the playoffs, but maybe that's in their mind. Will they put out a second string against Coventry? Now, they're not going to be best pleased about that at the EFL if they do that. But here's the thing: if they do it and let Coventry end up smashing them quite easily, that's going to be a problem. They're going to get moaned at. But if they do put out the second string, Middlesbrough, and they actually do well in that game, then it's obviously not going to be a problem. Now, I'm 100% without doubt, this Millwall versus Blackburn will be the main game on Sky Sports. No doubt about it. You have 2 of the 5 teams that are still capable of getting into the playoffs playing each other. 100% that our game's going to be on TV, which is comes as a blessing to those of you who don't have tickets to that game, because it's sold out. It's sold out like 10 days before the game, well, even more than that, probably 14 days before the game is due to be played, which is absolutely crazy. But I think a lot of fans had an eye that this was going to be a big game, that you knew it was probably going to go down to the wire. So the other games involved Preston North End versus Sunderland. So Sunderland got to go away, and Swansea City versus West Bromwich Albion. So again, West Brom got to go away. But again, playing Swansea like to keep the ball ticky-tacky around the back between the centre-backs and the goalkeeper. What that does is that reduces the actual game time, the amount of football that can be played. It decreases it, so that might be in our favour. So that might be a good. And Sunderland against Preston. Who knows? Preston's home record is really bad. So yeah. But you're just hoping you got to put all your cards and all your eggs in a basket that Mill will have to win that game, and then it doesn't matter about the game. So, but and this season has been said quite often. The team, when we score the first goal, that's really important. When the opposition score the first goal, we generally end up losing. So certainly we need to be winning that game and scoring the first goal to do so. So big game on Monday the 8th of May at 3 o'clock. Biggest game for a while, I would say. Absolutely massive game. Yeah. So let's hope we can do well in that and actually win it. It's a playoff to get in the playoff. So Southwark News put this up in the morning. Obviously, things may have changed slightly, but I'm sure we'll get an update and various permutations on what can happen between now. We've got like 6 days, is it? So a long way to go. There's a lot of newspaper articles that need to be written, so I'm sure we'll get an update at some point. But they put this up this morning. Mill playoff permutations explained ahead of final day clash with Blackburn Rovers. The Lions will hit their highest points total since 2017-18 if they win their last game of the season of the Championship campaign in 7 days' time. Yes, so that will be 71 points. 71 points in the second tier of English football. Mill will know what they need to do to secure a top 6 finish. The Lions' 3-2 win at Blackpool on Friday night, coupled with Sunderland's 2-2 draw at home for Watford, makes things very simple on paper, if nothing else. Should they beat Blackburn Rovers on the final day of the season, they will take their place in this season's playoffs. It remains to be seen as to who they would face. Scaring outside could still overtake Coventry, who head to Middlesbrough on the final day, meaning that they could finish 5th or 6th. Likewise, Borough are fighting with Luton Town to see who will finish higher in the table, although the Hatters will confirm their place in 3rd if they beat Blackburn this afternoon, which they did not do. Of course, this is purely an idealistic scenario. The reality is that Mill will rarely do the easy way, and while results elsewhere have gone in their favour, picking up points has been a struggle in recent weeks. If they draw against Blackburn on the final day, they are still in a shout of achieving their goal. However, it would rely on their playoff rivals dropping yet more points. In this case, Sunderland just need to beat Preston North End at Deepdale to overtake the Barnes, while West Brom could do the same if they beat Swansea City away from home. Now here's the kicker. A 1-goal win will take the Baggies level with Millwall on points, with level on goal difference and wins, but with Carlos Corberan's men ahead of goals scored. So it would go down to, what would that be? The fourth tiebreaker. It would be a sickening way for the South Londoners to lose out on a shot at securing top flight football. Yeah, it would be. A defeat for Routsmen on the final day will make things incredibly complicated, although it would still be possible for them to make the top 6. In that case, they would need both Sunderland and West Brom to drop points, but they would only be able to make the playoffs if Blackburn lose to Luton today. A win for Rovers would set up a straight shootout between them and Millwall on the final day. Sunderland and West Brom in prime position to take advantage if they both slip up. The Lions have the fate in their own hands, but so do Blackburn. Maximum points for either side between now and the end of the season will see them earn a shot of promotion to the Premier League. So translating that last paragraph there, if we go back to the table, so worst case scenario, we lose. We lose to Blackburn. We get 68 points. They get 69. Like I said, then we'll rely on Coventry to lose heavily against Middlesbrough. So not the not the best of situations. Not the best of situations. Ideally, we would have wanted Luton to beat Blackburn. Then, if that would have happened, then if we lost to them, it would have been 68 points, and then we just would have needed Sunderland and West Brom not to win, both of them, and we would have been in the playoffs. But yeah, it's not ideal. So if we win, we're in, and if Blackburn Rovers win, they could be in. As long as Blackburn Rovers need 2 snookers, they need Sunderland and West Brom to fail to win, and they need to beat us. So that's how it sits now. Now, moving on to this from Southwark.co.uk. Jake Cooper praises Millwall's resilience to secure crucial win at Blackpool. The defender highlighted the importance of repaying the travelling fans for their support with a big performance at Bloomfield Road. Jake Cooper always knew that Millwall's game at Blackpool was going to define their season. A defeat would have left them on the brink of missing out the top 6 finish, but they overcame 2 setbacks to secure a 3-2 win at Bloomfield Road that sets them up to earn a playoff spot on the final day of the season. At this stage of the season, it doesn't matter how you find a way to win, he said after the game. It was just about getting all 3 points. I thought we played really well to start the game off and got a great goal through Bradders. It sounds like we were a bit unfortunate with the penalty. It just knocked us on the back foot a little bit. But it was some great play from Duncan and Bradders to score the second. And at that point, I felt like we were going to win the game. Obviously, they scored a long-range effort. It looked like it might be the wrong result for both teams. But unfortunately, Duncan got in the right area again and forced the ref to give another penalty, which Sion finished brilliantly. All in all, it was a great away day and a massive 3 points at this stage of the season. Bradshaw and Fleming took the spotlight once again, scoring the goals that helped Millwall over the line and relegate the Tangerines to League One. It takes their total for the campaign up to 17 and 15 goals respectively, accounting for more than half of the Lions' total output this season. Cooper knows just how important they have been for their playoff push, admitting that they will be nowhere near the top of the division without the duo. They've shown up for way more than we could have asked for, he claimed. They've been brilliant. Their goals were unspoken for, and their all-round play has been exceptional. Fair play to both of them. We'll be in a tricky situation without them. Another key element to the game was Millwall's formation, with manager Gary Rowett moving away from the 4-2-3-1 formation and reverting to the back 5 they started the season with. While it may have looked more defensive on the surface, they played with 2 natural midfielders in the wing-back positions, creating an incredibly attacking setup that helped them score 3 goals in the game for the first time since February the 18th. Cooper believes that their shape in the final third played a part in the win, but added that it was crucial to freshen up their formation after the previous setup had become stale. I think it was just for change of mindset to maybe give us something a little bit different, he explained. We've been in a bit of a rut. We had a great chat on Wednesday with some of the senior players and the management staff. We talked about really taking the game to Blackpool and focusing on being attacking, getting forward instead of trying to hold on to position we had in the league. We had to go and attack the game, and the manager gave us freedom to do that and managed to pay off well. Of course, the points were of paramount importance on Friday evening, but it was also crucial to repay the fans who had watched their side win just one of their previous 7 games before the secured victory on the Lancashire coast. More than 1,200 supporters travelled to Wigan to see Millwall lose 2-1 to the bottom team in the league, with a similar number making the near 500-mile round trip to the northwest in hopes of seeing an improved performance. Cooper knew that the Lions needed to give them something to cheer about and hopes that they will now flock to the Den on the final day as they look to secure their place in the playoffs. I think we really needed to give the fans a reaction today, he admitted. It was a long journey up to Wigan, and obviously we were disappointed with our performance, as was every member of the squad and the staff. So we just knew we had to give them a positive game and a positive reaction. We went out fighting and it worked in our favour. Hopefully we can continue doing that in the game or games to come. Yes, games. Hopefully games. But you never know. Hopefully games. Now, in all of the hubbalub and hubbabaloo, however you say hullabaloo, forgot about this. This was put up 3 days ago, but obviously such a great result, great performance on Friday night that we forgot all about it. Match-worn shirts from Millwall's game with Blackpool are up for auction. With match-worn shirts, supporters can bid on the shirts worn by the starting 11 and substitutes for the fixture against the Tangerines, with bidding open now. To view the shirts and make your bid, click on the link below. Auctions close at 2 p.m. on Saturday the 6th of May. So let's have a look and see how that's getting on. £4,067 total so far. And who is in the lead? Zion Fleming. 446 it looks like. Have they actually sorted it by... no, they haven't. It's not sorted by price. Interestingly though, this time they flipped two of the shirts around. I don't know if that's because Husky are the primary sponsor and they never get looking because they're always showing the back of the shirt. So maybe they're doing that. But Oliver Burke I believe he wears number 10, and what more wears? I don't know what he wears. But yeah. So what have we got? We've got Zion Fleming far and away 446. Someone in the Netherlands keeps bidding on his shirt. I don't know if his mum or what, but don't know who it is. And then what have we got? We've got Jake Cooper 391. Tom Bradshaw scores 2 goals and can only get a £371 bid for his shirt. George Saville 324. So yeah, I think the only two substitutes didn't get on the pitch, Biakovsky and Vogelshammer, so they had match issued and they weren't worn. So yeah, but if you want a cheap one, go for George Long with Long 1. Only 123 quid so far. So yeah, there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.